Hey y'all, what's up, real deal? This is your girl. You already know, man. I don't know why this came across my head, my mind. I meant, uh, I don't. I don't have nothing against Lil Durk, but I just want to know how did Durkio get out of this jam? There was cameras there that saw his arm go outside the window. How is he not charged with this a homicide, but the charges was dropped. Let's check this out first. Let's check this video out first, and then we'll talk about it. I don't want to give it away, but I don't understand this.
At least 5 cameras from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from
5 cameras, y'all. 5 cameras. Listen.
the varsity across the street in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm.
Stop. Do you see this man's arm right here? He said he saw Mr. Banks' arm go out the window. He sure that, did you sure that was his arm? A Von arm.
Out the window, firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Banks released a single "Turn Myself In" the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify.
Okay, if it gang activity, I just don't understand this.
That Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all charges against Banks and Bennett, including criminal intent to murder as well as criminal gang activity. They'll be back in front of a judge in a month.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what this lady said? Let me bed this back. Listen to what she said and what I'm about to show you.
The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all charges.
Enough evidence for the charges.
Banks and Bennett, including criminal
Banks and Bennett.
intent to murder as well as criminal gang activity.
Attempt to murder. Let's go here. Jesus. What is going on here? Let's go here. They had enough evidence, y'all. So what happened? They had enough evidence. Why was the charges dropped? Oh, come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that because I'm busy. Why was the charges dropped, y'all? Let me pull it back up. How would the charges drop if they had enough evidence? Charges dropped against Chicago rapper. How? And y'all had enough evidence to prove what went on. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
When your home feels clean and happy,
Do y'all understand that? If it's enough evidence, why did they say that?
$49.
The charges against Chicago rapper Durk that stemmed from his involvement in a 2019 shooting in Atlanta have been dropped, according to Fulton County court documents. Tonight, we're learning more about the reasoning behind the decision and hearing reaction from the rapper's attorney.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis has dropped all charges against Chicago rapper Lil Durk in connection to a January 2019 shooting near the Varsity restaurant in downtown Atlanta. Durk, whose real name is Derek Banks, was facing several felony charges, including criminal murder.
Wait a minute. Hold up. All charges dropped against Chicago rapper after they said they had enough evidence to prove this. So, in other words, they saying Bun did it instead of Durk. Criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, participating in a criminal street gang activity, for possession of the firearm by a convicted felony. In other words, the charges was dropped because he wasn't the person that did this. Allegedly, Bun must have did this instead of Durk.
Aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon for his alleged role in the shooting, alongside now deceased rapper King Von. In May of 2019, the rapper touring early to turn himself in to the Fulton County Jail.
For some reason, they decided that Mr. Banks was involved since some of the people he affiliated with were involved in the shooting. We strongly denied that.
Atlanta police said the victim, whose name was not released, was shot in the leg after an argument between a group of people near the restaurant. He was rushed to Atlanta Medical Center for treatment. A motion to dismiss charges October 17th state quote, the facts of this case have been reviewed and...
Look, y'all. The decision of the district attorney declined to prosecute defendant. Comes now the fact that the case being reviewed, and although it appears that the probable cause existed for the defendant arrested, the decision of the district attorney at this time is not to prosecute the above named defendant for charges arising from case number. Okay, the reason for the decision are as follows.
And although probable cause existed for the defendant's arrest, the decision at this time is not to prosecute. The DA's office cited prosecutorial discretion as the cause for dismissal.
Choosing not to is essentially code for we can't prove our case. Probable cause is an incredibly low standard. It's not like reasonable doubt at trial.
Manny Aurora, the attorney representing Banks in the case, says while it took some time, he believes it was the right decision on the part of prosecutors.
It took 3 years. He was never indicted, and our position has always been, while he was present, he didn't do any of the shooting or wasn't involved in it.
Aurora tells Fine they're considering to get the charges expunged from Banks' record.
And she and everybody, homegirl is everybody attorney. She everybody attorney, y'all. This woman right here. This woman right here, everybody attorney.
From Banks' record.
And we reached out to the Fulton DA's office to get some additional insight on the decision not to pursue charges any further. We're still waiting to hear back.
Wow. I hope that don't be no karma. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this real deal. Some just told me to go back to this case. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this situation, y'all. Please share it in what you just heard, not what nobody said. All right, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy.